So I didn't want to do this yet because I wanted to save it for my review, just like I do a review on every game that comes out. But this is one that can't wait because people are really wondering what makes Tomb Raider so much better than Uncharted. So I'm gonna list a couple of things, but I'm still gonna put out my review after I finish with the whole game. Now, first of all, you had people saying really dumb shit in that last video in the comment section. People just reaching for anything they could grasp onto. You know, even though in the first 30 seconds of that video, I said, when it comes to single player, you still have people in the comment section, well, you said this about multiplayer. When in that video did I say, as a whole package, multiplayer and single player, Tomb Raider is the better game? I said, when it comes to single player. I can't spell it out anymore. People can't even listen correctly to a 7-minute video. There were people reaching for dumb shit. Well, if the game makes sense and it pays attention to detail, why is she wearing a tank top in snowy weather? Oh my God. I had to face palm that so hard. Like, oh my God. People on YouTube are just retarded. Oh man. And you had people, let me get into it. For one thing, people ask, what makes Tomb Raider so much of a better adventure game than Uncharted? How about the fact that you can actually adventure around? That's an important part of an adventure game, right? The fact that you are not walking down a hallway the whole game. The fact that Tomb Raider is a semi-open world. I think that would be a factor in an adventure game, right? How much you can actually adventure around. How much you can actually explore. In Tomb Raider, you can explore. Now, I'm not saying it's a completely open world. It's a semi-open world. At certain parts of the game opens up, allows you to do what you want to do, and then at certain parts of the game to move on, it closes. Then it opens. Uncharted is closed the whole game. Every game, it is a strict path that you have to go and follow. There is no freedom in Uncharted. Not saying Tomb Raider has an abundance of freedom, but it's way more than Uncharted's freedom. Uncharted, linear, hallway. And obviously, if the game is, the less linear a game is, the more opportunities and the more experiences there are for you to do things. You can't do that much in a linear game that pretty much dictates to you what has to be done. That's one thing. Exploration. There's just the name of there's hidden tombs. There's hidden tombs that you actually have to go out of your way, go off the beaten path to try to find. And these tombs actually reward you. It's really impressive how much they were able to fit in this semi-open world of this island. There's collectibles. There's in each environment, because they set it up basically by in areas around the campsite. All right, around a given place. In each given area, which is a pretty big, decent size, there's treasure maps. There's different collectibles. There's treasure maps. There's tombs, like I said. There's salvage. There's documents. There's relics. There's items to find. You don't got that in Uncharted. The only thing you have in Uncharted is pretty much the treasure. Tomb Raider has those plus way more. Like I said, tombs, treasure maps, salvage, documents, relics. You can find all of these. And plus the game has, in each one of these areas that I'm talking about, there are in-game achievements, like for example, find these lanterns and shoot them. And in another area, it'll be like light these shrines. Light up all these shrines. Each area has that kind of different exploration and things you can do. Uncharted don't got that. Moving on, what else? I just explained that it's a semi-open world. It has way more exploration, which makes for a better adventure game that you can actually experience way more. Now, I apologize for this part of the video because for some reason this segment, which I did, the video and the audio was missing for some reason. It just blacked out, but the video picks up later on. So I apologize for this segment. It's gonna pick up where it picked up. It's going to look like the first part of the video. But this segment, I just talked about the graphics of Tomb Raider. Now I'm playing on the PC version, so I'm not going to compare the graphics of a PC version to the graphics of a console exclusive, to a PS3 exclusive. But based on what I've seen, obviously Tomb Raider on PC looks very good. But even if you seriously decrease the quality of the visuals of Tomb Raider, it still looks good. I would definitely say it looks better than Uncharted, the first Uncharted, and Uncharted 2 is the best looking Uncharted. Nobody can debate that. Uncharted went up with Uncharted 2, but it went down in visual quality of Uncharted 3. So I would say it's on par with the graphics of Uncharted 3. I wouldn't say it's on the graphical impressiveness of Uncharted 2, but to be on a bigger scale. This game is in a bigger world and a bigger scale than Uncharted, and still look that good is very impressive. You cannot deny that. It's on a bigger scale, but still looks just as good. Those who play on the console version, y'all tell me how it looks. You tell me. I doubt you're gonna say the graphics are bad. From what everybody's saying, even for the console version, the game looks very good. That's what I've heard. So based on visuals and graphics, the game still looks good, even though it's on a bigger scale than Uncharted. All right, that's clear. We got exploration and adventure, and we got graphics. It's on par when it comes to graphics on this bigger world, and it's a way better adventure aspect and element to a game. And the cinematics and the quick time events, they've taken that element from Uncharted, because people still with this copied Uncharted bullshit, when we know it took elements. It did not copy the game of Uncharted, because it is way different in its own way. It got its some cinematics and quick time events from Uncharted. It got that element and that idea, and it expanded on it. It made these better set pieces and cinematics and quick time events. They took what they did in Uncharted, and they made it way better. The cinematics are just way more impressive and just like wow than Uncharted, and it's different. Like each time, it's a little bit different. Like each cinematic with Uncharted, it's pretty much Drake falling off of something. Oh, I'm holding onto a ledge, I'm falling. I'm holding onto a cliff, I'm falling. How many things has Drake fallen off of? It's pretty much been that kind of same cinematic. He's holding onto something, he falls. It's kind of always been that same cinematic. Tomb Raider, they do different type of cinematics with it. Is it like, kind of falling, but yeah, but it's different. It's going down some slope. It's trying to escape something. It's parachuting. There was a parachuting scene. It's different. They've switched it up. They didn't make every cinematic look exactly the same. Plus, Tomb Raider feels more like a game than Uncharted, because Uncharted feels somewhat like a movie a lot of the times. Uncharted, and that's partly because of how linear it is. It feels like sometimes like you're playing a movie, and that's bad because it's supposed to be an adventure game. You feel like you're playing a movie than a game sometimes because of that. Like, that's just like, it gives you more freedom. Uncharted kind of just dictates to you. Also, the game, Tomb Raider has way more replayability than Uncharted. For one thing, Uncharted pretty much typically an 8-hour game. Tomb Raider, 10 to 15. If you get everything, if you actually explore the island, go back and get the things, upgrade everything, find the items, all that. This could be easily a 20-hour game. It's like a 13, 14-hour game if you don't do those things. Easily a 20-hour game if you go back and get everything. Even if you get everything in Uncharted, it still barely amounts to one run through of Tomb Raider. If you get the platinum in Uncharted, which you pretty much to do that you have to play it more than once. And Uncharted is typically, like I said, 8 hours. You play it twice, that's 16 hours. That's one run through of Tomb Raider. It's one run through. But what Uncharted does have over Tomb Raider is a good supporting cast. It has better characters. And that, well, it's the third. You know, it has 3 games in the series. So yeah, they've built up their cast. It does have somewhat of a more developed story. But I would say the AI in Uncharted really was never good. It was never that good. And the AI in Tomb Raider, even though I'm playing on the regular difficulty, it's just there. Both of the AIs are just there. But like I said, those are just some of the reasons. My full review will have the complete description of what's better. But those are just a few of the things, and those are major. Like the gameplay is just way more free, and they just give you the opportunity to do more things. Like, I don't know if I'm weapon upgrades, item upgrades. The game has way more depth than Uncharted. You know, Uncharted, you don't upgrade anything in Uncharted pretty much. This game has way more depth, and just there's way more mechanics just developed inside of Tomb Raider. I mean, those are the reasons. I mean, that's it, y'all. More information will come on my review when I release that. I'm out of here. Peace.